Hello, 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 everyone. Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Path Trading Partners, along with Bob Iacchino. How is everyone doing this fine Friday? Let's see who's here. Good morning, Davey. Good morning, Wavy. I like when Davey and Wavy are back to back. That just makes the morning start off great. Hey, Waka Waka. Hey, Patrick. We'll see. Yeah, Phil complete on NASDAQ. Wonder if markets drives it down as Friday's been nothing but up. You know, it's all going to hinge off this this right here. It's all going to hinge in about 55 minutes. I'm betting it continues, but that if we got to get the reversal, that's going to trigger it right there. That would trigger it right there. Michigan consumer sentiment. So that's the key thing we're watching for this morning. Anissa. Hey, Jake. Daniel, good morning. Options 22, good morning. Good morning, John. Good morning, Jacob. Well, bunch of the crew is here. Eric, good morning. I always like to say good morning to everybody. It starts the day off right. By the way, if you want to be part of this wonderful community, please do consider subscribing, ringing that bell, and hitting the like button. I'm going to request some more comments. I didn't do that the last couple days and they died out. So please give me some more comments. Come back when it's a lull in the trading action this morning and put some more comments in the video so we can get wider distribution. I really appreciate everyone doing that. All right, let's get right to it. By the way, Bullard wasn't on the list this morning, but Bullard was speaking. And I don't know what these guys are ingesting, but we are in the early stages of U.S. economic expansion. Does anybody really agree with that statement in here? I'm just wondering what I'm missing because we're tipping into a recession. That's not the early stages of expansion. Just wondering what I'm missing out there. All right. So, but he says 3.5% rates are fully priced in by the market, so we shall see. By the way, again, just a reminder, in 54 minutes, Michigan consumer sentiment, and I don't know, I mean, if it's bad, if it comes in really bad, forecast 50.2, and that is very low. If it comes in at those levels, does the market rally because then they're expecting the Fed to roll over? I don't know. Is bad good? Is good bad? I don't know where we are. It's just going to be watching when that number comes out what the momentum is. So right now, everything pretty much, this is pre-market, everything green, little bounce back so far in oil. 75 basis point rate hike in, and we're still in negative gamma territory, so the moves can be exaggerated both up and down. I had Tesla up there. Here's the S&P. Here's the S&P. So you see move up. What's interesting, yesterday did when it finally finished it right up there, right at the rotation zone. So even if we reverse today, I'm watching for, especially next week, we have this gap in the overhead. If we have a strong rally, theoretically, it could take this out today, but that's right by the other side of the rotation zone. And one of the reasons we follow the rotation zone is we got the close in it. So I'm watching for a continued move up towards the other side of it. What would change that? The only thing that really changes that is if we would get a close below, and we have a little potential double top, might turn into a triple, but a close all the way back down before 37.12. So even if we had the pullback, even if we had, I don't know why that 4-hour data is not working. My 4-hour data is not working. Let's see here, reset chart. Because that's not correct. Don't know why that is. We'll have to go with the 1-hour data, but can't look at the 4-hour rotation zone, have to figure out what's going on with that. 37.12 is the key line in the sand, but even if we did pull back, your major support now is coming in about 37.98, 3800 right here. Right here. And I know that would be roughly in sync of a rising 4-hour rotation zone just based off where that 1 hour is. Minor support is right back about 38.10. Major is 3800. So if we do sell off, those are the levels I will be watching for potential support reversal patterns. On a push higher, especially into the open, the next major cluster area is 3846 to 3850. And keep in mind up here, if you look over here to the left, cutting through, we are into a clear path move, sort of an advanced clear path move. This next minor stopping point is 3850, and then we're into another clear path move to the gap fill, essentially. The breakdown area is about 3896. So keep that in mind, not just for today, but that could easily go on next week and take us to the other side of the daily rotation zone. Cycles getting to the top on the daily, but not yet rolling over. Remember, they can sit at the top and then start rolling over. And even if we have a pullback today, that wouldn't probably roll them over enough that we'd move back down. Hey, Coco, big day for the markets. Well, big number in 50 minutes now. Good morning, Amit. Let me see if we have time to get to PSNY. So let me get through this first. NASDAQ. Let's see if my 4 hours working on the NASDAQ. Yes. So NASDAQ here. You can roughly see, when I was talking, this key support now on the NASDAQ that I'm watching for is about 11,750 area. And if we did go through there, 11,675 area, which is prior resistance becoming support, and that would be in the 4-hour rotation zone. Let's take a little glance here. So pretty much a sideways channel. I'm going to watch for the break above for the opening, about 11,855. If we do break down minor support going into the open, like right after the open, I'll be watching 11,780 to 11,800. But those are the key levels. And then moving on up to the east side, you can see here the gap pretty much, did it fill it exactly to the close? 11,888.25. Let's see, 11. It's not yet quite with the futures to the full gap fill yet. So on the push higher, that's the key area. That's 11,888.25. Through there. See, this is a clear path move also higher. The next minor area is 11,975 to about 12,000. And then you can still run higher. Let's see. See, we also have the other side of the rotation zone right in front of that, but you start powering through there, you're still into a clear path move, and not just for today, but the next major is 12,250 area. So those are the things I'm keeping an eye on. Cycles getting to the top on the daily, but not yet confirming a roll over. So let's go back to that 4 hour and just double check. Here, if consumer sentiment triggers a reversal move, really pay attention to this breakout area, this prior breakout area in the bottom of the 4 hour rotation zone. Dow finally hitting the next harmonic cluster, just 30,896, 30,900. Key areas minor, I'm watching about 30,765. And then major is 30,665. Those are my key levels. So that's the key pullback level. If that does break, watch the bottom of the 4 hour rotation zone. But this is the area I'm really focused on a pullback. The Dow did not close into the rotation zone yet. But if it does today, then we're also in a clear path. There's still a gap. And this isn't just for today. There's still a gap potential fill and the other side of the daily rotation zone. Cycles getting to the top and not rolling over just yet. Let's just double check. Russell's been but if it's closing in the daily rotation zone, you still have a major resistance shelf overhead about 1733. So that's what we're watching to the upside. Let's just take a quick look at the Russell for pullback levels. The major pullback level would be about 1700. Take a look at the DAX. Filled that gap. I just don't have anything great in the DAX for a setup. I mean, if a 13,062 is key resistance, if we run above there, the next level is 13,136. Key support coming in about 12,911. Crude, little bounce back play so far inside day from yesterday. So what I'm watching is the yesterday's highs. If we get above yesterday's highs, right, and it's around this 107, then I'm watching for a quick little potential pop-up move. But the problem is you have stopping points. Here's the challenge with anything with it to the upside. We have a stopping point right around 107.40, and then the next key area is 109.56, so it'd be a little return scalping play to the upside. Nothing substantial longer term yet. On a down move, key support coming in about 103. Let's see, would crude qualify as potentially kissing the trend line goodbye? Yes, this is still, and that's where we're going to watch the close. Now, if it powers up through here and gets towards the daily rotation zone, no, it would not be kissing the trend line goodbye. If it drops back down and rolls over, yes, this is broken trend line, confirmed with the close, and then retesting, and then if it rolls back down, it would be kissing it goodbye, and then we'd really start focusing on those lower prices. And by lower prices, I'm still talking the bottom of this channel. Looks like double bottom on NASDAQ on the daily. This extended too far. This extended too far. It's not a double bottom, so that means you can't use the targets. So if it does get above the daily rotation zone, we have to use the clear path targets and the breakdown zones. This does not qualify. The VIX. The VIX right now, can pay attention to this at 9 because we're trading a bit lower. If it starts to break down, it's trading right at these two lows, this 2880 level. But if we start breaking down below that with some momentum, you can watch for that continued rally play. The next major area would be about 28. If it reverses, let's just take a look at the shorter term. Again, this is delayed data, but the major resistance is about 30.40. If it breaks above 30.40, it would put pressure on the sell side, and I'd watch for the lower levels. By the way, you see here's your Japanese 10-year again. So we'll watch for them to step back in and buy more, but this keeps getting pressed. Dollar index is still in consolidation. Look at this consolidation, just getting tighter and tighter. So we're going to be waiting for the next major move in both the dollar and the euro. What else do I want to cover? Notes. Nothing yet. The areas I'm watching are for a breakdown about 117.08. We've already completed that double pattern, and now it's just testing back and forth. But that 117.08, I'll watch for the pullback. A breakout, I need to get a rotation above about 117.24. Other than that, there's no substantial pattern, and this is too sloppy for any double. What else do we want? Let me take a look at Tesla. Tesla on the pre-market slightly up still. The double that is triggered is still in play. So on a continued rally, the targets are still 743, 760, and 778. Going to watch it break, see if it can hold this pullback flag pattern. Key support coming in, if it does pull back, would be 683. Your minor levels, 683 is the real major level I'll be watching. Minor levels for a move up, it's about 713.50 key resistance. Key support is about 689. Qs, again, up here. The next play higher today is still the gap fill on a continued move up to 88.84, and then the next target would be 290.75 area. Pull back, your key support would come in right around 285. The spiders, next targets, again, we have to target the 87.5 level. It's right there, 381. It's right there. So the next target is 384.15. Let me pull off some of these. And then here's a great area just above there. This is where you don't want to use the double targets. You want to use your reverse harmonics. And look how that lines up. So above 380, 390. That's my first target. But then on a continued rally, 386.62 and major target 389.23. And you have the gap fill and you have the rotation zone. Your major support, let's just take a look. If we do reverse, your major support coming in about 373 to about 373.80. So PSNY for Amit. What did I type? No data. I don't know what's going on with this. I can't cover it today. Sorry. Something's going on with some data with, I'll have to look into this. Because, see, my 4-hour data is still not working. I might have to reset this. So, sorry, Amit. We'll have to take a look at that. Remind me again. Don't know why. Oh. Does it start trading today? Well, then I don't have any. I wasn't paying attention to that. Yeah. Thank you for the reminding. Thank you for the reminder. I don't generally trade stuff the first day of an IPO because I can't get levels. Now, if you want to trade it intraday, it's something I'll do some analysis covering the first day of trading with how when we start getting some price action, you can, if you're very aggressive, you can start playing it intraday. I'll show you back after we get some price action today how I work the levels. For that, I've put up videos in the past on that for IPO trading. So keep that in mind. Yeah, thank you. I forgot it was going public today. So, what else? Thank you for the reminder. Sometimes I do forget or just have a brain fart. I'm trying to think what else we want to cover. That's pretty much it. Gold and silver, this was a nice breakdown move yesterday that bounced back, but still it's still in this huge consolidation pattern, so there's nothing going on with me there. Let's just peek at natural gas, which I didn't get a chance to look at, but any rally, your major resistance is 657. Could be putting in now, if we do get, if we close down here, and we don't get any rally today, there could be a little aggressive buy pattern for a snapback rally to the daily rotation zone. Netflix again. You're sitting against this major resistance area, so it's still the breakout or breakdown play. About above 183 is the breakout play. And then minor stopping point where moving stops would be about 184.40. And then above there, that's where you roll it up to this potential gap fill. If it rolls over, let me see. As long as you don't get a key close below about 177.35, if you do, then the breakout play is over. You're going back down to retest this areas. But that's the key thing. If on a continued rally, that's your breakout play. Home Depot. Home Depot, by the way, it did trigger an aggressive buy pattern. So over the net, and the cycles are at the bottom. So going into especially next week, I'm watching for a return. You still have a gap left behind, and I'm watching for a snapback rally to the breakdown area, which would reconnect it with the weekly rotation zone. So that's the bullish play. It did trigger a buy pattern in here. The minor resistance is coming in at 270, this key high with the daily rotation zone. That's a 276.60 area. But you break above there, you still have a gap fill. Then you have the daily and the weekly breakdown zone. So there is some bullish upside potential going into quarters end for Home Depot. Well, so you switched from you switched from Teslas to Polestars. So that's good information. Thank you, because I'm actually in the market for some vehicles. I might take a look at that then. What else am I missing? Silver. We can take a look at that longer term. This is not a double bot. This could be a very sloppy weekly double. It's good on the weekly. It's a little sloppy on the daily, but that's something to watch for longer term. Yes, we can cover that like on a Sunday session. Let me check NVIDIA. Welcome, Balaji. NVIDIA. You still have, it's getting sloppier, but this did not invalidate this potential double yet. Pre-market looks like it's headed up. If this runs, oh boy, you're going to have to be nimble with this one. But you start getting above about 166, you're into an advanced clear path move to about 169. That's the key level I'd be watching, above 166. Looks like the gap up. So if we roll over, it would be the gap fill play back down to 162.24, which still doesn't invalidate the double. To the upside, above 166, you can make a run to these most recent high areas. And you have this confirmed double, but not yet triggered on a daily basis. And it's against the daily rotation zone, so it's lower play. But that's the key. If you're trading it shorter term, I'd be watching for this key area to start trading into, above 166 for the bullish play. Then I got a TBLT. Tough Built Industries. Well, their stock price hasn't been tough built. So no P to E. Oh boy. I mean, it looks like it's getting a squeeze play. The problem is, look, that's the gap. It's gonna fill pre-market. It looks like there's a squeeze play in this one. Your next highest levels above here, if this does continue to run the open and you get the continued squeeze play, let's just see what the levels are for you. Again, nothing I trade, but it's... So the next major area is on a continued run. If this 305 holds and it continues to run higher with the squeeze play, 404 to about 420. You start getting the close, and this isn't just for today because this won't be one I cover. You start getting the close above $4 again. Then the next areas I target would be 510, and then this swing high. So that would be your continued squeeze play. No, I didn't, Elvis. Elvis is in the building. Elvis has joined us. Elvis, remember, we have triggered this double. So next target's up on a continued push up, 114.32, 116.09, and this just isn't for today because you still have a gap fill. So even if it pulls back, looks like a little down pre-market. Not really. Down slightly pre-market. So the first play would be for the gap fill. And your major support on any pullback is 110. But I'm targeting the higher prices with this even continued next week. That's where we sit. Silver. Okay, I got to get ready for the open. Silver short term. Short term on a break above about 21.12, then I would target for the short term trade 21.32. There is some buying pressure coming in here. And we've already completed with that close below 62.5. We completed statistically. So, by the way, if this stays down today, for next week, we could get an aggressive buy signal. And we've already talked about that weekly potential, which I'll cover this Sunday. All right, everyone. So tune in Sunday for the longer term silver stuff. Thank you, everyone. Again, let's just markets open. Let's just see where it's going. Let's see what we're getting right off the open. A little pop to the upside. Going to see if this area, okay, here we go with some momentum off the open. Let's see if it can sustain above 11,864 in the NASDAQ, or it's going to be resistance. And the S&P so far, let's see. Watch the first couple 5-minute bars to see if it can close above about 38.34. That's what I'm keying off of for now, right with the open. Or if it gets rejected, be watching on a minor pullback on the open 38.24. But this is where I'm watching for the first few minutes now that we just opened. With that, talk to everyone later. Hope that helps. And I'll be here this afternoon for the market wrap-up and figuring out what we're doing for next week. Bye for now.